Morning.
Welcome to Tuesday with Joe Pignatiello.
It's the 16th of November 2010. Hello, you're right today. It's freezing cold, isn't it? Thank you for your company. The sun's up. It sets at 4:10 this afternoon. On the way, I'll speak to a gay couple from Northampton taking part in a national campaign to try and end what they see as discrimination, which prevents gay couples from getting married. More in the next few minutes. It's 8:08 then. BBC Radio Northampton and a gay couple will try and get married in Northampton later, even though they already know it won't happen because it's illegal. Scott Maloney and Matthew Torrenson are both carers and have been together for 18 years. This morning they'll head for the Register office knowing full well they'll be turned away. Scott joins me on the phone now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Why are you doing something, Scott, that you know will fail?
Basically because we want to highlight the issue that at the moment there is a discriminatory practice in this country whereby gay people have one form of relationship recognition and straight people have another. And what we're saying is that actually a relationship is a relationship. It ought to be recognised in the same way by the state.
OK, because in reality, they're not that different, are they, marriages and civil partnerships in terms of legal entitlements?
No, absolutely not. And that's partly why we're doing this, actually, because we're saying the government has come so far over the last couple of decades, and we've seen that progress, that actually to make this last final small step, there's no reason for the government not to make that hurdle, to take that hurdle. But you're quite right. In fact, the legal protection that civil partnership gives is actually almost identical to marriage.
So, is it just the name that you're objecting to? You want people, whether they're gay or straight, two men, two women, or a woman and a man, to be able to turn up and have one thing that bonds their relationship together at a register office? Absolutely.
What we're saying is that language does matter. You know, marriage is a universally understood as a meaningful commitment. And so that's what we want to be able to say. We want to be able to say that we have the same relationship as everyone else. At the moment, I think we believe that the campaign that we're part of, the Equal Love campaign, says it all. The fact that we have separate institutions for gay people and straight people creates an artificial divide, rather than acknowledging that commitment and love are universal. Yeah, the Equal Love campaign, of which this is a part, is campaigning for gay and lesbian couples to be able to get married, not to have a civil partnership, and they claim that it's breaching your human rights not being able to have a marriage the same as a straight couple. Is that not going a bit too far? It's just arguing over terminology, isn't it? A civil partnership and a marriage are essentially the same thing, except, to have a marriage, you've got to be a man and a woman, and if you want a civil partnership, you have to be a gay couple. Well, to use some examples, perhaps that would illustrate that. If, for instance, there was a law in this country that a woman couldn't be a professor, she could only be a senior teacher, even if the pay was exactly the same, I think that women would feel rightly that was wrong. To take the famous examples in the States with Rosa Parks, for instance, in Alabama, there was nothing wrong with the seat that she was told to sit in, but she wasn't allowed to sit where she wanted, and that's an important human right. So it does come back to this language does matter thing. Why is it an important step for you to go and try and get married today, even though you know you'll be turned away? Because in order to take this further in a legal capacity, we actually need proof that we can't get married. And this campaign that is going to try and get this turned around, claims your human rights are being breached. How far will it go? Where do you go next? Is it a High Court thing? Is it a European Court of Human Rights thing? Or do you not know yet? We do have a pretty good idea, but at the moment I don't want to say too much about that. Our legal representative is Professor Robert Wintermute at King's College in London. He's our advisor, and we will take this further in law once it's all sorted. OK, I know that your partner Matthew is with you too, and he's keen to have a chat, so if you just pass the phone over, we'll talk to him too. And your thoughts on this as well by text, the word North and then your message to 81333. Do you agree that married couples should be gay or straight, that there's no point having civil partnerships, weddings, that the chance to become married should be open to gay, lesbian couples and heterosexual couples alike? 01604 234455. Scott's partner Matthew with me on the phone now. What difference would it make to your life, Matthew, being classed as married?
I think it gives it a legitimacy. I mean, we've been together for 18 years, well over 18 years now. I've got two brothers that are married, and it's just missing out. It's not a sort of childish missing out. It's just to have that recognition would be really important, I think, now.
And obviously you know that you can't at present get married. You won't consider a civil partnership then? You won't have a civil partnership?
No, we've discussed it in the past, and basically we felt that people have trailblazed with civil partnerships. It's been a great piece of legislation for a lot of gay people whose maybe families were hostile to them. It gave them a lot of legal rights. We haven't got that from our families. They're very supportive and actually wanted to wait until the law changed and became equal for all.
And what will you do today when you turn up at that register office? I mean, presumably suited and booted, all ready for a wedding, and you're going to be told you can't get married. Will you simply turn on your heel and walk away?
I think so. I mean, I think that we're expected to be turned away. I mean, that's the state of the law at the moment, but we need to go through that process just to sort of make it official, really. It'll be a shame, dressed up and nowhere to go, but I think it's a necessary act at the moment.
When you booked the wedding, did the person who took the booking not say, we can't really do that?
No, they didn't. There were no gender questions asked at that point.
Right, because it's just presumed that it'll be a man and a woman.
Absolutely. And I think, coming back to this, I mean, this whole campaign, the whole Equal Love campaign, is not about demanding rights for gays and taking rights away from heterosexuals. It's actually expanding choice. It's about offering civil partnerships to heterosexuals that want them, that don't want to get married and want a different legal recognition. And it's offering marriage to lesbians and gays. So, I mean, if my local co-op doubled the number of choices on offer, I'd be pleased. I wouldn't be moaning about it. This is about doubling the choice for the whole population. It's not just a lesbian and gay issue.
Well, enjoy your wedding day today.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure it'll be a rather unusual one. Scott Maloney and Matthew Torrenson, both carers, been together for 18 years. They're going to try and get married in Northampton later, even though they know it won't happen because it's illegal. It's part of a campaign called Equal Love. They want to make marriage open to gay and lesbian couples, as well as heterosexual couples, but they also want to make civil partnerships available to a man and a woman, which it's currently not. What do you think to this? Do you think it's a good idea that everyone should be able to have the same type of relationship across the board, that a gay couple should be married just like man and wife, and a heterosexual couple, a man and a woman, if they don't want to have a marriage, could have a civil partnership? Or do you think marriage strictly for a man and a woman, and it shouldn't be widened out? 01604 234455 for your thoughts. Text 81333. Start your message with the word North. 8:15 now then. BBC Radio Northampton.